the major U.S. casinos, both Caesars and MGM, had activist stakes being built in them over the past several months. We've had some news come out regarding that. Carl Icahn is reportedly pushing for Caesars to sell its business, and he's been asked by several other investors in the casino to really push for a sale of Caesars. What are your thoughts about Carl Icahn's approach and the idea of a sale of Caesars and its assets?
I think this is classic Carl Icahn. We were trying to guess last time we talked about this. We're leaning towards aggressive action because typically Carl Icahn has his end game already in mind. As I think the stake is significant. He's got a 10.3% stake, I believe, in some, and those are more than just these are entry stakes. The 1 to 2% that activist investors usually begin with to start agitating and asking for some kind of change. That's a stake that's verging on control levels. Once you get into this 10 to 20% region, it means you're pretty serious. And so in having this very large stake, influential stake with the history of his other takeovers and activist actions, I think that one reason we saw the stock pop when this news came out last week is that people understand he will work aggressively to make this happen, and management will have to scramble. The unfortunate thing about emerging from bankruptcy, as Caesars did, is that it usually takes 3 to 5 years to establish a pattern that investors are very, very comfortable with. And while a stock may receive an initial boost, there's a sort of latency period in which management is proving itself in the new business model, the new paradigm. And that's a prime time for someone like Carl Icahn to come in and say, hey, this is still not performing up to par. Let's get this sold to bigger hands in the industry. And that's exactly what he's doing. What are your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, I find it really interesting. You know, I'm a Caesars shareholder myself. It's been a rough, couple years holding the shares. I bought it kind of right when it came out of bankruptcy, saw the opportunity from sports betting and its regional casinos and thought, there had to be a way to leverage that value. Well, the share price has not reflected that this year. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of value Carl Icahn might be able to wring out of the business. And, as kind of a younger investor in my 20s, this will be my first time kind of crossing swords with Carl Icahn. So it'll be fun to watch that from the sidelines. Hopefully can generate a nice gain. We'll see.